Alright, what is up? This is NorCal back with another video. Let's jump right into it. Hopefully it's all working. Alright, so today we're going to be taking a look at a game where we're going to be down 13 kills at 10 minutes. Okay? I think this game is a good example that you don't want to lose mental and you don't want to wait to be carried. Unless your Smolder or Sivir or something like not useless, but we're going to call it super scaling for sure. Not just kidding. Smolder at least is kind of useful later, but anyways. I'm trying to figure out how to turn off these settings. Sorry, this is kind of scuff. There we go. Okay. So here I'm just kind of taking some trades. Also, I'm going to be throwing in a little bit of like mid lane POV / Anivia POV. Of course, because that is my specialty. But I don't want you to think of this video as like an Anivia training guide or something. This is like extremely unlucky, but also well played by Twitch here. They late ganked mid after I was already trading with LeBlanc, and it actually worked out really well for them. So even though like they're losing a lot of wave state, it doesn't really matter because they're facing Soraka and Smolder. And also that screws over my lane pretty hard. Because I'm also taking Ignite, so I'm like trying to get kills here, and they've now set me behind against LeBlanc and taken passive and flash. So I mean, really the ball's in LeBlanc's court here for sure. But I do kind of want to just kind of skip ahead. Like I said, this isn't really like a super micro specific video. Sorry if this looks scuff on the video. I'm not sure how this is going to look, but the whole idea here is that during this early game, as you can probably already see, bot both died, my jungle just died. The only one who's not behind at this point is the top laner. I now just died to another gank. Bot just died to another cheese by Twitch or whatever you want to call it. What is normal speed even? So again, I'm going to kind of keep skipping ahead. I do want you guys to get the background of how did this happen? Is it just one lane inting? Is everyone inting? Turns out everyone's pretty much inting. So here one thing I will note though. Because I'm facing Twitch, and who's already shown he's going to be ganking mid, and Shaco, who is also possible of invisibly ganking mid, even though I'd love to be taking ego fights against LeBlanc and just literally just straight up killing her basically, I kind of can't do that, because just like I saw in that level 1, if I do something like that and I overextend, then I'm just going to get ganked. So even if I think I'll beat LeBlanc, it's not even really about beating LeBlanc, it's about not dying to her teammates. I've always said pretty much the greatest counter to Anivia is ganks and teamwork. It's really OP champ in my opinion. But anyways, like I said, as you can see here, we're down 10 kills in this one. 4k gold, 7 minutes in. That's kind of insane. But again, let's keep going. We're now 0 and 12. So at this point, I want you to think, if you were in this game, if you were literally any of these characters, if you were me, if you were bot, if you were jungle, if you were top, how would you feel about this game? Like, probably pretty doomer, I would imagine. I would imagine you'd think this game is almost certainly over. How could you possibly win a game where you're down 12 to literally 0 kills? But that's the thing. If you give up mental here, and you just straight up allow yourself to lose, you'll now have to win that LP back. So your next game isn't a question of gaining elo, it's a question of getting elo back. And if you lose that, again, now you're down 2 games. You have to win 3 to gain elo for that day. So you have to kind of think about these things. How much time are you going to put into this game? Are you going to spend 20 games just not caring, low-key, just sending games and losing a lot of elo potentially? Or are you going to try to think about each game and how much can you learn from that game? How much can you really try in that game? So here, I'm recognizing it's pretty much just too hard to take the straight 1v1 at this point. And we really need to shut down this Twitch. They both have bounties. They're both playing way too aggressively. This is going to be pretty sad. He went invisible here. You can't quite tell. I'll back it up one more time just because, for my sake here. He goes invisible right before this combo lands. And I tried to predict where he was going to go, but he actually went around. So he kind of catches me here. But I lead him back into the wave and put an ignite on him. And I have Vega. And my teammates are coming. My teammate is coming. And we really need to send this play. Actually, it was supposed to be. But we really need to win this play because we're already so down in this game. We kind of have to just send plays here. And one more thing, I'm just going to back up just one more time because it's kind of clean. Here, Yumi recognizes Twitch is already dead and then tries to stay outside to gain a few more autos. I recognize that as well. And I look for the wall block to make sure that she's not going to get back into Shaco. So, if you didn't catch it, back it up in the video and you'll kind of see. But, the point of this is that I could have just been sitting mid and farming and waiting for a teammate to gank, waiting for Kane to do something, and then slowly losing or continuing to lose and then blaming it on my teammates or whatever. But that's the thing. Each and every game is truly up to you on how you're going to perform. You can't think about your teammates. You can't wait to be carried. You gotta be your own carry. And you also can't get too doomer if it's super doomer looking. Especially in team environments. You gotta think about team morale, keeping your teammates' spirits high, just as well as your own. So after all this, I'm gonna go back mid, and again, I don't want to push this. Even though I could probably win these straight up fights against the ball. I'm not super looking to go super hard, except for right here because my teammates are in the lane. I know it's kind of ironic as I'm saying that. But anyways, this was actually a mistake on my part. I should have waited for Soraka to come with me, and I kind of just egoed it, and I was like, I'm 2 levels up, I can just kill them. Then I ended up getting killed, and I was like, damn, I'm so bad. Literally, that was just a question of patience, and I just didn't, I don't know. Technically, he could have also gotten away if he was invisible, but I still think I should have waited for your teammate. And that's a thing too, like, you gotta recognize that you're not gonna play perfectly every game, and that it's okay to make mistakes, but it's also, like, really important to learn from them. You don't want to just be, like, slamming your head into a wall doing the same thing 800 games in a row and not really improving. Like, you really want to think about what you're doing and why you're doing it. So here, again, their bot is playing illegally aggressive, and even though we're so behind, I can capitalize on that by playing with my teammates, and even if they're individually ahead, if we can kind of outnumber them, then maybe we can win that fight. So again, I'm not really looking for too much micro here. Let's see. We're kind of waiting here for Shaco to see if he's going to come and start drag. He does start drag. Find a nice combo on him between Raka and I. Kang cleans up. I'm going to actually back this up a little bit. Try and get a little bit of Anivia micro for any midlaners who are interested. My mindset here is pretty much was originally trying to get LeBlanc over the wall, but as soon as I see Twitch, I throw a Q back at him because he's basically trapped between us and Dragon now. And again, with that wall, this Twitch actually has pretty decent movement. That's why a lot of my stuff isn't exactly landing. Also here, I'm kind of chasing a low HP because I have egg and I want the health reset. And here, I was really surprised my team didn't go for Dragon. You might be able to see me peeking me there in chat, but I guess the jungle had item or something, so we didn't really want to. Let's go ahead and go back to me. So I mean, oh yeah, there's the CS numbers there. Surprisingly, somehow, I actually have pretty even or somewhat under exactly perfect CS, but I spent so much time roaming that I'm surprised I even have that much to begin with. But it's not really about CS. You have to like think it's about like your state in the game and what kind of presence you bring. And for a lot of champs can mean CS, but sometimes it's like what you're doing in the game too can be better than CS. It's kind of hard to explain. I want to let these fights play out because I think they're kind of decent. Maybe you guys can glean some stuff from this. Honestly, there's a lot happening, and my intention here wasn't to look at micro. But this is a Grandmaster Elo Games. There's like a lot of good micro that I might also not be calling. An insta stun on Twitch. I should have kept my ult going there. That was actually a bit of a mistake because I could have potentially out-healed the damage. Throw is passive for each mana spent. You get a little bit out back. Slight mistake on my part, but it's okay. I am going to also forward until I spawn as well. So here I am going to go a little for the macro game because the first turret hasn't been taken, and I'm not sure if we can see. I don't think we can see feats, but I know I remember checking myself at this point in the game. That first turret wasn't claimed yet. Okay, looks like feat of monsters language is claimed. Here's the big thing. I'm also stopping the wave again because they have these invisible cringe champions where I'd love to just take a fight against people, but I'm just going to get cheese and it's not worth my time. So instead I can use wall to delay my wave and create a push for me. Really, really big Anivia strategy. A lot to unpack there that I'm not going to explain right now, but a little bit of a glimpse into that. And I'm not necessarily afraid of that exact fight where I know that Twitch can pop out, but I'm close to tower to get away, and I have flash, so even if he flashes my combo, I can still get away, and trading my flash for his is definitely worth. As you can see, he's 7-3, I'm 1-4, and if you know me, you know I say KD is and everything, and again, it's like that presence you bring in the game, but for right here, I will use KD as an example of who has gold in this game, and Twitch is a big gold hammer. So if we could get some more shutties on him, stop him from getting super big, that'd be a way to win this game. So a lot of this is low-key just chill farming. Anivia isn't necessarily someone who's like beating enemies off like super crazy reaction micro skill shot dodges. Like there are skill shot dodges, but I feel like you're more going into a fight like basically already knowing if you're gonna win or lose. Like it's more of like a thought, like a, I'm not sure exactly how to describe this, but it's more of like a mind game war on Anivia than I don't know how to describe that, so I'm actually just not even gonna try. Maybe in one of my future videos I'll describe that better or make some kind of highlight about that. Again, walling the wave, and you can see Twitch is literally just waiting there for me like this. That's exactly why I'm walling the wave, because he's cringe. I'm calling him cringe, like really that's just what his champ does, and he actually is playing it well. Like that's how you want to play that champ. You're not really looking to farm, you're looking to low-key cheese people with those kind of ganks. So I mean, honestly, respect to him. But because I know that, I can play around that. That's the counter to that. Here we take Dragon, and Twitch was severely mispositioned, showing he was mid right before a drag take. Here, Anivia is so good against auto attack champions like Warwick or Tryndamere. Ones that have like 4 gap closing, or like 1 ability to gap close, so like it's really easy for Anivia to focus on and single them out. So like I will literally just chase him out of the fight and like just guarantee that he's not going to be in that fight. It's a 1-for-1 trade, so at worst it's a 4v4 in their fight, and I'm really not that fed, and Warwick's also like not necessarily that fed, but just taking the straight trade out is fine. And then yeah, here I kind of baited him a little by pretending to walk past his bush while my teammate kind of caught up a little, and then he did. And now that they're all kind of dead, that's an easy autocon. I'm going to fast forward this a little. It's not that exciting to saw autocon take. So here, we're actually still down kills, but we're actually ahead on gold, which is kind of crazy. Partly because Twitch isn't CSing really that well. He's more just a like cheeser trying to get kills. And had I just been tilted and kept pushing mid, or bot just kept pushing instead of me roaming bot lane and like getting their lane back, basically, like that could be the position of our game. Twitch could be like 20-3 right now or whatever. Like again, like the whole point of this video is that a game is never truly over until it's over, and you really want to try to like look for ways to get back in the game. Like instead of trying to take that ego 1v1, like even though I'm down 4 kills, like I still got it. maybe instead try to gank your teammates lane. Recognize when an enemy is playing illegally aggressive, which means when they're pushing without wards or without regard to a gank. That's exactly what I exploited out of that Twitch. This is a little unfortunate. I do take the shake up, but I die. Actually, I think my teammates kill both here, so it's actually kind of fine. Which also leads to like another idea on Anivia that could translate to other champions or playstyles, which is sometimes you want to try to take as much pressure off your teammates as possible to allow them to be able to carry as well as they can. And in a way, you're also carrying by doing that. So like by them using a lot of resources to kill me there in that fight, they also spent 3 people. Like that's definitely not worth. And like whatever summoners or ults or whatever they use too, if they're using that on me, that means they're not using it on my teammates. Anivia's really good at absorbing those kind of hits and surviving, especially with that passive, with the items built. Also in regards to that as well, I know I was talking to the team a lot about how you don't want to build the same build like every game. And I don't want to be like too much of a hypocrite when I say that, because I know like I basically build the same build every game. But I do it because it is like a 1v9 build, and I have like 20k hours in this game, like a decade of experience. Like I do know what I'm doing. However, the one thing I will change will be like item order. And technically, actually here I usually do go Rabadon's 6th item, but here I go Oblivion Orb because they have so much healing on their team. I think that's a good pickup here. Anivia applies that really well, especially with Leandries. And then yeah, to point out the build a little, Leandries is just kind of a solid damage item all around for Anivia, even if you aren't facing a bunch of tanks. And it also reveals Twitch if he goes invisible just after hitting him, which is a really big thing. So that is a little bit of the mindset behind my build. But yeah, I don't really want this to be a super long video, so I'm going to kind of continue to skip ahead here. We're beginning to make it even on kills. I'm going to point out something really big here on Anivia. First of all, Anivia has great damage. You don't need to use your Q on the objectives, which means you can save it to combo with your wall to either pressure them out, like I just said on that Twitch, or to try to make a pick. I did actually go for the pick on Twitch, but actually like missed combo, like you'll see here. I think I kind of wanted him to be on our side of a wall, and I was kind of ready for that. But it's okay, because either way, we either secure the objective or kill him, so it's kind of fine. Here, because Smolder revealed Shaco there, I was able to land a Q on him while he was invisible. If you back that up, it's a pretty cool play. And I know some of these plays are kind of hard to like see or whatever, because I don't have the fog warrior. That's partly for me too, so I can kind of see like what they were doing. Like when I was like, oh, I bet they're doing this one thing. Like I wonder if they actually were doing it. You know, like oh, is Twitch actually just waiting for me like he was? Right? It's kind of like I do that sometimes. Here I definitely overextended. This is just a mistake on my part. I knew LeBlanc was there and I was like trying to go for her. But I kind of thought Twitch was too low to re-engage in that fight. But this Twitch is low-key a Chad. Like he actually knows how to play his champ. He's not just here to like CS and farm. Like, he's going for those player kills, which is definitely what I play Twitch. Anyways, here we finally did break their kill lead. We are now 1 kill ahead. So think back, it's when we are 0-13 of 10 minutes. I bet you, if you ask any player in this team if they thought they were going to win this game, I can guarantee you they would say no. But everyone pretty much kept their mentals. There's no ping spammers, there's no AFKers, build sellers, people who just ran it down random lanes or whatever you want, however people grief or whatever. Like people weren't doing that. They kept their mentals. It's a really big thing. You gotta look for those ways to win. You gotta look for those ways to be the carry in your game. Don't just sit back and AFK farm. Like, you don't want to like look for too many plays and you're just like selling it. But you do want to kind of keep your mind open. How are you gonna win that game? Are you gonna push that wave and roam to somewhere? Are you gonna sit at your tower because you know there's invisible champions waiting for you? You really want to think about those things. I do think this game ends pretty shortly, so there's not too much I think I really want to look at, so I'll just kind of get a fast forward here. Here I know I have a huge lead. Like literally none of them are gonna 1v1 me. Like maybe Twitch and Yumi with Twitch Flash like could kill me, but they're too busy mid. And if Twitch and Yumi are bot, my teammates are just gonna win mid. It's like, yeah, I mean I'm pretty much good to side lane here. This is kind of a like high-low potentially throw play, but I'm willing to take the risk. and I'm willing to bring people down here with me and let the team push, or let them gank me and then the team pushes mid. Or I don't know if I said that, vice versa, but that's what I mean. I will explain a little bit of late game mechanics as well. I think there's like a few things here. So I'm gonna slug it down super. I'm gonna put a wall in these Nexus turrets. It's like the most OP thing you could do on Anivia, even though there's like a million OP things. You're severely limiting their playroom when you do that. And he actually like chooses to focus me for some reason, which is huge. Because again, like Anivia wants, especially with my playstyle, like I want to take the pressure off my team so that they can carry. So if they're spending everything to kill me, even if they kill me, it's fine as long as the team survives and they're able to carry. And then here, again, that wall, that ult right there, right up against Nexus, it covers a lot of area and forces them to go up to that top side, which then allows you to pressure the Nexus even harder. Technically, I could have walled as well on the top side, and then they just would have been super cooked. Didn't go for that in this game. Yeah. That is pretty much that. If you take away two things from this, the main things I want you to take away are never give up, first of all, and second of all, look for ways to get back into the game. Even though I had 16k damage here, I don't even see this till just now. I also have 17 kill participation. I think I was actively saving our early to mid game with my runs. So even though my KD isn't crazy, I'm not the 17-1 Kane helping to carry, or like obviously proving that he's carrying. I'm also carrying in my own way with the pressures that I cause, if that makes sense. I think that's a really, really big idea. And you don't always get the glory for that, but you can get Elo for that, which is possibly better. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys made it this far, leave a comment. Yeah.